Okay, these are geometry notes for 7-5. We did the tangent first. You can go ahead and read about the thing at the top. You've already had these notes. But your three ratios are described there. The sine is always opposite over hypotenuse. The cosine is always adjacent over hypotenuse. And the tangent is always opposite over adjacent. And so however you want to remember these, I also told you SOHCAHTOA was a good memory aid. And again, that's shown up here. It's just sine, which is over h, cosine A over h, and tangent O over A. Okay, so if we move it up, let it focus. It says finding the trig ratios, round the answers to the 10,000ths place, 4 spaces after the decimal. So we chose only one of these so it wouldn't get confusing. So we're going to find tan of S first. So we're going to be standing on S. Remember we said we have to identify the opposite, the adjacent, and the hypotenuse. So hypotenuse is always across from the right angle. Opposite is across from our angle we're standing on, and left over or adjacent, which is touching the angle. So we say tan of S. Again, we do not know the angle, so we write opposite over adjacent. And remember we said when you're looking for an angle you do a second button, so you're going to want your calculator to say tan of -160 divided by 25. So the angle of angle S is 67.3801 degrees. Okay, if we take a look at part B, again, we're going to choose tan of Y, so we're going to stand on the Y. Again, hypotenuse is across from the right angle. Y is across from the 84, so that is the opposite, and left over is the adjacent. So if we do our tan of Y, that's going to be 84 over 13. Again, calculator button, second tan, 84 divided by 13. Angle will be 81.2026 degrees. And lastly, we chose tan of C. We're standing on C. Hypotenuse is across from the right angle. Opposite is across from the 14, and adjacent is the 48. So tan of C is going to be 14 over 48. Again, tan to the -1, 14 divided by 48. So angle C here is going to be 16.2602 degrees. Okay, so again, basically make sure you're labeling correctly. Opposite the angle, opposite the right triangle, or excuse me, opposite the angle is the side called opposite. Opposite the right angle is the hypotenuse, and left over is the adjacent. Okay, second page. Finding a side length, round the answers to the 10th. Example 2. Again, we have to decide where our opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. We're standing on the angle. This is the opposite. This is the adjacent. So we have tan of 31. Now we know the angle, but we're going to fill in the 17 over the x. We cross multiply. It becomes 17 is equal to tan of 31 times x. We divide both sides by the tan of 31. So x in this case is going to be 28.3. Okay, we move on to the next one. Okay, again, we're standing up here, so opposite, adjacent. So we have tan of 63, we know the angle, opposite over x. It's going to be just like the other one. We cross multiply. 13 is going to equal tan of 63 times x. We divide both sides by tan of 63. So x in this case is going to be 6.6. Remember, you're finding sides. You already know the angles. Okay, last one. Again, we're standing here, so opposite, adjacent. So tangent of 59 is x over 21. Now look, this is different than these. The x is in the numerator instead of the denominator. So when we cross multiply, we're just going to have tan of 59 times 21. So x is going to be 34.9. Okay, oops, sorry, I'll leave that in case you missed anything. Okay, I'm going to move it in, let it focus, or move it up. We're on checkpoint. Again, stand on the angle, label opposite, adjacent. We're going to do tan of the angle, tan of 62, opposite over adjacent. Again, we're going to cross multiply. This is going to be a tan of 62 times 25. So our x is going to be 47. Okay, if we look at number 3, again we're standing on 50, opposite, adjacent. So tan of 50 is going to be 13 over x. Okay, we cross multiply. 13 is equal to tan of 50 times x. Okay, where we're going to have to divide on this one. So tan of 50, tan of 50. So, sorry, I ran out of room. So x is going to be 10.9. Okay, so there's a look at the two checkpoints. Again, be careful, a label, opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. Okay, let's do our last two at the bottom. So water slide, again, just a application problem where they're showing you how this is used in real life. Okay, we're standing on the 28. This is the opposite, adjacent. So tan of 28 is going to be h over 45. Again, we cross multiply. 1 times h, and tan of 28 times 45. So h is going to be 23.9 feet. So the height of the slide is 23.9 feet. Okay, last one. We're standing at the Washington Monument. It's 555 feet tall. The angle is a 45-degree angle. If we use our trig, we're trying to find that x there. So opposite, adjacent. So tan of 45 is going to be 555 over x. We cross multiply. 555 is tan of 45 times x. We divide by tan of 45. X is 555. Okay, this is not a mistake. All right, the other side is 555, and if you look at the triangle and remember our patterns, we said if we had a 45-45 triangle, these two sides were the isosceles sides of the triangle. So if one side is a 555, the other one has to be a 555. Okay, that's our beginning tan. There'll be another video for the rest of the trig stuff. Thank you.